Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for clicking on the video today. I appreciate you being here with me and I do hope you enjoy what you see, but right up front I'm gonna go ahead and throw out a disclaimer. I'm probably gonna be all over the place in today's video because what I'm gonna talk about today is just things that I was thinking about and speculating on, and that's what this video is all about. All speculations, no concrete facts or information here, but I wanted to talk about it with you guys because I'd like to get your guys' opinion, so let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like. It helps out tremendously. Go ahead, hit that like button. It's free, and make sure you subscribe if you're new, only if you enjoy the content, of course. Anyways, this is all really in regards, I guess this is a Eula versus Klee versus Ganyu. So what do I mean by that? Well, I was thinking today that Ganyu could possibly be having a rerun banner in version 1.7. Why I was thinking about this is because I've seen so many people really wanting a Ganyu rerun, which is understandable. And then we have really strong indications that Klee is getting a rerun in 1.6 alongside a brand new 5-star. And then we have Eula coming up very soon. So I was just thinking, you know, with all those really good characters, really good 5-star characters coming up, you know, kind of back to back like that, who should you be saving for? Who you should be pulling for? And I wanted to do this video to give you guys my opinion, my 2 cents, and also get your opinion and your 2 cents. And what we discussed today, you guys may disagree and you may, you know, have different opinions on what I state. And once again, let me know in the comments down below. I love to hear what you guys have to say. And that's what it's all about, having differencing of opinions. Of course, I may be biased or have more experience with the characters so I can speak on them a little bit more. So let me know what you guys think. I always sometimes hesitate doing these videos because of, like, you know, the kind of backlash you might get, but it's always fun to talk about. So, and I love, once again, talking about it with you guys. So let's go ahead and jump in. Now, before we do, really quickly, before we do, a massive shout out to Newit and a massive shout out to Delusion in the Discord. You guys got a massive shout out. Thank you so much for all your support. Do truly appreciate it. And if you want to join the Discord and discuss Genshin or Honkai or other games with like-minded people, go ahead and make sure to join the Discord today. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. So Eula, Klee, and Ganyu, they couldn't be, you know, the furthest of characters. They're like apples, oranges, and pears, right? Just the way they're built and their kit and what they bring to the table. So let's go ahead and take a look at Eula first, since she's the first one that's actually going to be dropping here really soon. And once again, I'm not sure if Klee's coming in version 1.6 or Ganyu in 1.7. Just very strong indications for Klee, and Ganyu is just that's just what I'm thinking for 1.7, because I think it would be extremely hype and a lot of people are wanting Ganyu. So I think miHoYo is going to push Ganyu you know, forward a little bit. Even though Albedo technically would be next, I think they're going to push Ganyu up because of how popular she is. But anyways, we'll have to see. And if you guys have you know, a different idea of when she's going to be coming, let me know. But Eula, so from Eula we know she's going to be Claymore Cryo user, specializing in physical damage, and we all know she's going to be extremely strong in that area. So we have Eula, who's a Claymore Cryo user who's going to specialize in physical damage. We have Klee, who is a Pyro Catalyst user who can do tons of damage, but it has a bit of supporting capabilities within her kit. And then we have Ganyu, which I actually need to pull up Ganyu. All right, and then we have Ganyu, who's a Cryo bow user who does tremendous amount of damage. A very well-balanced character in a sense. I'm doing air quotations right now for reasons we'll get to in just a second, which you probably are already aware of. But also has very good supporting capabilities. Just a very well-rounded character, I should say. So who should you be pulling for? Who should you be saving for? You know, at the end of the day, and I mention this about every character, and this does, you know, bode for all characters. It's just really dependent on, one, who do you like? Who would you be utilizing the most in your team? Who do you enjoy playing with the most? And then once you determine that, it's then, well, who do you need? Who will fit your team comps the best? What character will fill the hole that you're missing? And then once you figure that out, you should technically get your answer. So what do I mean by that? For example, we have Eula. She's a Cryo Claymore user that specializes in physical damage. She's going to be a very, very strong DPS. And mark my words, very strong DPS. So do you need that? Do you need that character to fill that hole? Do you have a lot of support characters built up and you need a very strong DPS character? Well, Eula might be that for you. Or are you lacking a Cryo character or a physical damage dealer? Eula fills all those holes for you, right? Then we take a look at Klee. Are you needing a very, very strong Pyro DPS character? Do you need a Catalyst user that has some supporting capabilities within her kit? Are you lacking in that area? Then Klee can be that character for you. Or do you need more of a Cryo range user like Ganyu that can, you know, throw down a taunt, provide really consistent Cryo element onto the enemy, so that way you can proc certain reactions? Do you need that and a very strong DPS as well? Then Ganyu might be that character for you. So it's just really dependent on what you need, really depending on what you're looking for. But first and foremost, it's whatever character that you really will enjoy using, or your favorite character that you are looking forward to actually building up and, you know, hyper investing into, hyper focusing on, and things of that nature. So with that being said, if you were to ask me, you know, who do I find to be the most valuable? Who do I find, like, for example, you know, you like them all equally. Any one of them will fill the holes on your team comp. So you just really need to, you know, pick the best character out of them all. Now, Eula I haven't played with, and she is yet to be determined on, you know, how good she truly is. I think she's going to be really, really good, and I think she's going to perform beautifully. But if we're talking about from an overall standpoint, just generalized, you know, what character is just going to really do everything for you, it's hard to bet against Ganyu. Ganyu is very similar to Zhongli for me, where Zhongli just really does everything for you. But Ganyu does that, but is also able to output the DPS. Whereas Zhongli, he fulfills different roles as being a tank and being able to help your team tank, and then be able to do a very strong elemental burst DPS. Where Ganyu is able to do very good consistent DPS, but is a very good support character because of her elemental skill being able to provide a taunt, her elemental burst being able to provide consistent cryo as well as consistent damage over time, has a very large AoE, and it's just a super strong character in Ganyu. Ganyu, when she released, I could essentially say changed Genshin forever in a sense, because of how good she actually is. And I put out a video recently, you guys might have seen it or not, where I soloed floor 12, this current one, with Ganyu. Took a couple tries, but I was able to get it done. That's how good Ganyu is. And albeit this Spiral Abyss is kind of catered to Ganyu, it's like tailor-made for her, but nonetheless, that's how strong she really is. Klee is fantastic, and I know I have a lot of Klee fans, and please don't dislike the video for what I'm about to say. Klee is strong. She is extremely strong. She outputs tremendous amount of DPS. And if you build her up, if you invest the resources, she's going to pay dividends for you. And she has some supporting capabilities within her kit. The only thing that I'm not too high on when it comes to Klee is not necessarily that she's clunky by any sense or hard to play really, because once you played her enough, you can get her down packed and it's not that big of a deal. It's really that she's kind of squishy. You know, she can get one-shotted really easily. She uses a lot of stamina within her charge attack, and needing to be able to dash cancel certain attacks and animations and things of that nature. So she just becomes a little liable in that sense. Also, with Yanfei, the new 4-star Pyro Catalyst that dropped, honestly, if you got Yanfei, now don't get me wrong, she doesn't replace Klee, because Klee is just that good, but she's a good alternative option to where you don't necessarily have to get Klee if you have Yanfei, in my opinion, of course. You can let me know if you disagree with that. Once again, like I mentioned, Klee obviously outputs the damage much more. She's much more impressive, but Yanfei is very impressive as a 4-star, and that could save you needing to pull for Klee in a sense. And there's and the thing about Klee also is she's in the pyro element category, and there are very strong pyro element users such as Diluc, such as Hu Tao, that are, in my opinion, easier to play, can output just as good DPS as Klee, and fulfill that role without needing Klee to be able to do that. So that's that. So I think out of the three, Ganyu, Eula, and Klee, unless you need a pyro, it's just with pyro, I would, in my opinion, I would rather have Hu Tao. You know, if you're needing a pyro user, I would rather have Hu Tao. You have Yan Fei, that's a good alternative option, and then you have Diluc as well. I mean, there's just really good pyro characters. I just don't think Klee is needed. You just have to really like Klee as a character. And then Eula, I think Eula is just going to be overall just a powerhouse, a freaking truck. I'm obviously really biased towards Eula, but being unbiased in this sense, I just think she's going to be a very, very strong DPS, but that's all she really is going to be. Her cryo application, I don't think is going to be consistent, so not really good for any type of elemental reactions. In a sense, I could be wrong on that. And I don't see any real supporting capabilities within her kit for the team, so I think she's going to be somewhat selfish in that standpoint. But she's going to hit like a truck. So if you need a character that hits like a truck, Eula, but you also have Ganyu that can hit like a truck, can support the team, can provide consistent cryo application, fits in every team comp. Don't need another DPS to be run beside her. You know, it's not necessary. So I think Ganyu, if we're talking about the three, Ganyu, Klee, and Eula, I think Ganyu is overall the best option for your, if we're talking about for your primos, you like them all equally. Yeah, they all fulfill your roles in your team comps. I think Ganyu is the one to go for. I think it would be Ganyu, then Eula, and then Klee, in my opinion, of course. Now, once again, this is all just speculation and theorizing. And once again, I would love to know what you guys think down in the comments below. But anyways, that's just my 2 cents on the matter. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I hope you got something from it. And this, once again, this is really, I should have put this at the beginning. This is really just for my beginner players who are just picking up the game of Genshin, or are just, you know, starting out and they want to know what character is a really good character to go for. And with these 3 characters possibly coming here relatively soon. Well, Eula, we definitely know. Klee, up in the air. Ganyu, up in the air. And then whatever new 5 stars coming alongside, possibly Klee in version 1.6, which we can't speak about. I think Ganyu would be the clear-cut favorite if you didn't get, you know, Zhongli or whatever the case may be. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out. Bye, guys.